also die kannte Prüfer, aber beziehungsweise sie hat es ja auch irgendwo gelernt, wie man es am besten lernen sollte. Und das ist dann vielleicht halt einfach falsch.
How are we even supposed to find out?
Ich möchte keinen. Ich möchte nicht.
Chooses one and there's a
Ich habe gestern gesagt,
You know,
ja.
I don't even understand that.
Wann kann und wann nicht. Ich möchte keine Rufe, ich möchte nicht.
Tja.
Frauen sind so ganz so einfach akzeptieren, dass es so ist.
My. This?
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. I just check all the job for you. Okay, so for example, CNR is okay, and loop are okay as well, and SIN are okay, and finger is okay, and low under okay, and Jack 7 okay, readiness is okay.
Simon, okay?
Yeah, but we don't see what is Simon? Do you know him?
Yeah, Simon's leaving.
Leaving?
Already.
We go back to UK,
Yeah, he has to go home.
but he did not complete for his job.
No, I know, for everything.
He doesn't care.
No, he just wants to go home.
Okay. He missing his mother?
Yes?
Yes. Okay.
He's excited his mom and his baby.
Okay. And just I would like to show you, for example, this Jen Simon.
It's not even that big, what I said.
Yeah, maybe. But okay, so Robbie, would you send your paper to me again? Because last time I remind you, you need to do some revision.
I did.
Send by what? Did you send?
I sent a new one.
Oh, okay. But
You need to.
yeah, you already. Yeah. And the gentleman and the lady from Germany all completely okay. Yeah. But Robin, if possible, could you send the paper by word to me again?
I did it.
Did you revise it? Because last time I showed you, you need to add the abstract. Did you add the abstract? Yeah, abstract in your paper?
Yeah, I changed every sign.
Okay, maybe you check again, okay? So if possible, please send it to me again, all right? And Aida not here, and Wang Jiaqing not here. Yeah. And the other, the gentleman from Korea, the Kim. Yeah. I think you need try to do some improve for your paper. Maybe I will show you later. Or you just go to the e-learning and see someone do, and then you can check. Okay. So yeah. So I was very happy we have this class together near 4 months. Okay, so would you like to share something, your comment or suggestion to me, or we just try to continue to talk something? Maybe next hour you can present some idea. What did you see in Taiwan society, or Taiwanese? Should we do some improvement or anything comment or suggestion? Next hour, if possible, okay? We can do more good communication for each other, and I think it's good for your learning or good for my teaching as well, okay? So, and here, also have the very interesting last time I also talked to you about the long time survey at the Harvard University. They do this research more than 76 years, and then they just check how to become more successful for your life. Okay, so if possible, you can go back to the e-learning, and then you can connect this website.
What keeps us healthy and happy as we go through life? If you were going to invest now in your future best self, where would you put your time and your energy? There was a recent survey of millennials asking them what their most important life goals were, and over 80% said that a major life goal for them was to get rich. And another 50% of those same young adults said that another major life goal was to become famous. And we're constantly told to lean into work, to push harder and achieve more. We're given the impression that these are the things that we need to go after in order to have a good life. Pictures of entire lives, of the choices that people make and how those choices work out for them, those pictures are almost impossible to get. Most of what we know about human life, we know from asking people to remember the past. And as we know, hindsight is anything but 20/20. We forget vast amounts of what happens to us in life, and sometimes memory is downright creative. But what if we could watch entire lives as they unfold through time? What if we could study people from the time that they were teenagers all the way into old age to see what really keeps people happy and healthy? We did that. The Harvard study of adult development may be the longest study of adult life that's ever been done. For 75 years, we've tracked the lives of 724 men. Year after year, asking about their work, their home lives, their health, and of course asking all along the way without knowing how their life stories were going to turn out. Studies like this are exceedingly rare. Almost all projects of this kind fall apart within a decade because too many people drop out of the study, or funding for the research dries up, or the researchers get distracted, or they die, and nobody moves the ball further down the field. But through a combination of luck and the persistence of several generations of researchers, this study has survived. About 60 of our original 724 men are still alive, still participating in the study, most of them in their 90s. And we are now beginning to study the more than 2,000 children of these men. And I'm the fourth director of the study. Since 1938, we've tracked the lives of two groups of men. The first group started in the study when they were sophomores at Harvard College. They all finished college during World War II, and then most went off to serve in the war. And the second group that we followed was a group of boys from Boston's poorest neighborhoods. Boys who were chosen for the study specifically because they were from some of the most troubled and disadvantaged families in the Boston of the 1930s. Most lived in tenements, many without hot and cold running water. When they entered the study, all of these teenagers were interviewed, they were given medical exams. We went to their homes and we interviewed their parents. And then these teenagers grew up into adults who entered all walks of life. They became factory workers and lawyers and bricklayers and doctors. One president of the United States. Some developed alcoholism. A few developed schizophrenia. Some climbed the social ladder from the bottom all the way to the very top. And some made that journey in the opposite direction. The founders of this study.
More successful life. The successful life, then would we have the 5 things. Okay? So in Chinese word, we just write down. This is so we call vibration. So the first is mean long life, and the second is wealth, and the third is health. And for the Chinese philosophy, actually these 3 things, it's quite difficult to do change. They was constant. When you was born, for example, you was born in Germany, you are lucky or not, actually, depending on heaven. Okay, it's quite difficult to do any change. But you also can check the elderly. I mean, for the elderly, you can check maybe your neighbors. Maybe someone they got a long life, but they are not have a good health, or they are long life, but they are poor. It's quite difficult to combine these 3 things. If you can have these 3 things, is represent more successful. But however, these 3 things depending on heaven, you cannot do more change. So for our generation, we only can do this for the 4th, okay, good behavior. So in the Chinese philosophy, if you can do these things, then you can to do some improvement for this initial situation. And finally, good days. Good days, it means timely days. Okay, so for our life, actually it's like a circle. Okay, for example, you was born here, you was born, okay, and then you just grow up, go to the primary school, go to the junior high school, go to the senior high school, go to the university, and then you can have a job, and then you marry, or maybe have some married states. Some person got a good life or not, or maybe they got a disease, okay, or how to reconstruct all the hairs, and then until 72 and die again. So this is a whole life, okay. So like this situation, we call this as good days, okay. So our whole life, actually, these 5 things is very important. So we just try to continue. Gentlemen, please do me a favor again. So here, okay, so you can check. So I would like to present some idea about the traditional Chinese culture for these 5 blessings, okay? So the 5 blessings are like this photo. Can you see what's the animal? This is bat. Can you see bat? They always go to outside at the night to do some activity, but at the day he always sleeping. Okay, so this is bat. The bat for the pronunciation in Chinese we call lucky. So the bat in Chinese society is represent lucky. Okay, so we got 5 lucky things. And can you see the middle word? What it mean? Can you understand this word in Chinese? This mean is 10,000. 10,000. Okay, so when we call the king in a classical Chinese society, we always call the king is 10,000. Because the king got a great power, and then most people respect to him, and then they hope they got a long life, 10,000 years. So we call king is 10,000 years. So this is represent 5 lucky things, and you can keep longer forever. This mean, okay. So I mean, in Chinese society, you can see this is long life and wealth and health and conversion and the love of the virtue and the timely days. Okay, so in here we can try to see the country from China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Bangkok, South Korea, North Korea, Japan, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and Vietnam. Okay, so you can see this is for the actual country. Okay, and you can see the people of the Asia country. So like China in 2014, they got a 1.36 billion population, and most people belong to the Han Chinese, so got 91.6%, and the other the S group. In Taiwan, only 23 million population, and most people belong to the Hakka and the Taiwanese, same with the China people. But here also have mainland Chinese, 14%. This is represent 1949 move from China. Okay, and this is Aboriginal people, they got the 2%. Okay, and Hong Kong, we also can see in the 2014, 93% belong to the Chinese. Indonesia, maybe 5.9, and Philippines 1.9, others, okay? And Bangkok, actually now in the Bangkok society, I'm not sure someone went there before. The Bangkok, they got a big trouble because the young generation, they don't like to study. Do you know why? Do you any idea? Now the Bangkok, the young generation, they got the senior high school and then they don't like go to the university for study because they join the game champion, they can earn a lot of money, so they are not interested for study again. So this is a big trouble. Okay, so most people, because join some lottery, join some game, they can earn a lot of money, so they are not interested for study. Okay, so and 92.4% belong to the Chinese, and the other one. Okay, and South Korea are also very interesting because most people belong to the homogeneous. Do you know what I mean homogeneous? Actually, it's three different people. The people all belong to the Korea. So here, only maybe only 20,000 Chinese in the Korean society. So it represents Korean society is more close. Same with the Japan. Okay. And this is the North Korea as well. So they are racially also homogeneous. Okay, only 3 Chinese people live there. And Japan, you also can see 1.2, this we can say, yeah, 0.1 billion. Okay, so most people belong to the Japanese. Okay, and Thailand, you also can see all the detail. So this is represent the Chinese people are actually, they got a very strong culture of spatial valuation for this situation. So the second, we also can see the religions. Now in China, because the global cultural revolution, so they throw away all traditional Chinese culture. So until now, you can see and created more than 52.2%. Okay, so actually this is a big trouble in China. So the China they need to reconstruct the religions activity in Chinese society. Okay, and the other in Taiwan, you can see most people have the religions. We have the Buddhists and the Taoists have the 93%. Okay, but the Christian or Roma Cathedral below 5%. Okay, and Hong Kong. So yeah, but I mean actually the religion is also very important for all the society. So you can check. So here we just try to compare how about the personal perspective of the vibrations by the microanalysis. Okay, so just try to compare these 5 things for each country. So you can see, for example, long life. Which country the people have a long life? So we just try to check, use the life expectancy to compare. So like China, and here now is the 75, okay, and Taiwan 79.8, and Hong Kong, Bangkok. So you can check in the Asian country, Japanese, they got a long life, okay. So in Japan, had the 84.5 for the woman, 88. and for the men, 81. Okay, so in general, they got the 84.5. So in the Asia country, the Japanese, they got a long life. Okay, and so you also can see the median age. Median age, maybe you can see which country is represent more younger, more power, more feature. So you can see which country, maybe this one, 27.7. This is Malaysia. So in the Malaysia society, is represent more younger society. Okay. So, but for the Japan, you can see all of society, the average, okay, then 46, okay. And we also can check the wealth for this country. So which countries represent more rich, okay? So like here, if we use the GDP by PPP, okay, PPP is mean they got a real purchasing power, okay, the for the price, okay. So you can see the China, they got 9,800, and Taiwan 39,600, and Hong Kong 52 and 700, and Bangkok is the highest in the GDP because most people do the gain and a lot of money, okay. So they got 88,700, okay. So and Japan, they got 37,100. Okay, so here this is by PPP. Okay, it's not nominal. Okay, and the other way we also can check the gross national savings. You can see in China, gross national savings got 50%, and Taiwan 31.3%, okay, and similar with the Korea. And the other way, we also can check the income distribution by Gini index. Gini index is higher, is represent unequal. If it becomes small, it's equal. So you can see, like Hong Kong, their Gini index is 53.7, is represent few people very rich, a lot of people poor. So they have a big gap, okay? And unemployment rate, you also can check Taiwan and China. Unemployment rate 4.1, and you also can see maybe the Thailand, the unemployment rate is lowest. Okay, and the other, we also can check the inflation rate. Okay, so the Taiwan only 1.1. Okay, and the Bangkok 5.5. Okay, so if you are interested, you can to check the e-learning and find this PPT. And the other, we also can try to see how about happiness. This is a world happiness report. So here I also, we also can see that the other one. Okay, like here. This is World Happiness Report 2016. Okay, so you can see how about your country, the people happy or not. Okay, so you can check this report. Germany, In Germany is 60. Okay, so you are also very happy. Okay, so which country is number 1? It's Denmark. Denmark, okay, and Switzerland is the second, and Iceland, Norway, New Zealand. New Zealand is 7. Okay, so most people are very, very happy. Okay, so you can see maybe top 10 all belong to European country. Okay, and in the UK 23, and how about Taiwan? And Thailand is the 33. Singapore and Singapore is 22, and Taiwan is the 35. Okay, so they just try to correct some survey and to do some major to check how to make the definition to find all the results. So in 2016, this year, and then they report, they represent the Taiwan in the entire world is 35. Okay, so here Taiwan already had some improvement because in 2013 Taiwan the ranking is the 42, and then this year we upgrade to the 35. Okay, so you can see in the Asian country, maybe China not so happy after 85. Okay, Hong Kong 64, and South Korea 41, Japan 43. Okay, so you can see this is for the happiness. Okay, and the other way we also interested in try to conserve the health in the different country. So health care. So you also can see the health expenditure in China of the GDP 5.2%, and Taiwan 60.6%, Hong Kong and South Korea, Japan. So we can see the Japan, they pay health expenditure of the GDP is the highest in the Asian country. Okay, so one day if you go to the Japan for study, if you got a year, and then you got a more good treatment in Japanese society. Okay, so would you like to have a break, or we just continue? Or maybe we have break 10 minutes, and please come back. Okay, and I also hope, if possible, please provide some comment during these 4 months. Did you see anything special, or any question, or any problem? Or maybe I can do some answer for you. Okay? We just try, continue to see the health expenditure. Sometimes everybody want to keep a good health, but all the society maybe can provide some support for people. So it's special for the hospital bed density and birth rate, or infant mortality rate, and had the maternal mortality rate and the death rate. So you also can compare in the Asian country, and which country got a more better level for the people's health. Okay, so for example, you can see like the hospital bed density. So you can check I'm not sure the South Korea and this is North Korea. Maybe I'm not sure this is maybe something wrong. I'm not quite sure why South Korea and North Korea they got a higher level because actually North Korea is quite a poor country. Okay, so we don't know this. I'm not sure this is correct or not. So and here you also can see Japan. Maybe they got a better labor for the hospital instrument, and we also can see the birth rate and the death rate. Okay, so you can check for the population how to do improvement or how to do increasing. Okay. So and the next is for the love of the material. We can say this is good behavior. Okay, so this is not easy to get the empirical data to support. Okay, so here we just try to see their education expenditure of the GDP. Okay, so you also can compare which country they can support for the education, and then so you can check for the education expenditure of the GDP. So Thailand or Malaysia or the Vietnam, they do more improvement for the education. So, but basically, you also can check how about schooling years. Schooling years, okay. The schooling years, school life expectancy. I mean, how long they can get their education from schooling. So you can see Japan, like 15 years, and South Korea, 18 years. So maybe the South Korea people, they started very earlier, maybe from the kindergarten school, okay? So they pay a lot of time for the education. So the government also do more investment of education, okay? And Taiwan, the 12 years, I think maybe, actually now the Taiwan, we also provide the senior high school, it's free. Okay, the other, this is, they got this data, just compare the production and consumption of the electricity and the crude oil in the Asian country. It represents, they got a higher life standard or living situation, but they need to pay about the pollution. So you can see the China, the production is, the ranking is #1. So they also made a lot of pollution. So all the things are made in China. So the China, they provide a lot of contribution for the production, but actually they also face the environment become dirty or become pollution situation over problem. So you also can see like Japan, #5, okay, and they use the power, the ranking also #5, okay, and the pollution used of the oil, maybe they have already got a higher technology to try to do some improvement for this situation. And finally, we also concerned about the timely days, or the happy ending and the whole life, okay? So here we also try to see some interesting information about suicide rate. Okay, suicide rate. Okay, so the suicide rate in the Asian country, you can see which country or which people is easily to have the suicide.
Korea.
Yeah, Korea. And do you know why?
Yeah.
Because Korea people always want to get the number one, so they got a higher pressure. If they can do it, they maybe become more successful, more happy. But if they fail, maybe they just try to do suicide. Okay, so we need to love our life. Why we need to do the crazy things? Okay, you have a lot of choice. Why you chose to do the suicide? Okay, so here you can see the ranking. Okay, China is the 57, and Taiwan 24, Hong Kong 32, South Korea is the number 3 in the entire world. Okay, and Japan also got a higher pressure, is number 6. Okay, and Thailand, maybe they have a good religions. They belong to the Buddha, so they don't like to do the suicide. Okay, and Singapore 48. Okay, so and the other way you also can check for the man and the female. So you can see the men and the female. You can check this female. Okay, I mentioned before my friend. She got a PhD from the UK, and we also asked her, when you go back, shall you follow your husband? And she said yes. Okay, because her husband only got a BA degree, and she got a PhD. But in her family, they must follow her husband. So I'm not sure in the Asian traditional culture, we have 3 follow. Did you hear before? In the Chinese society, how to represent your successful woman? They must have the 3 follow. First follow, before marriage, she must follow her father. If her father say you must marry with someone, she must follow. This is the first follow. And the second follow, when she married, she must follow her husband. And the third follow, she need to follow her son. When her husband died, and then she must follow her son's idea. Okay, so in the traditional Chinese society, actually for the woman, for the female, actually it's very, very unfair. This is, they need to do some change. Okay, but now in the current society, actually they don't consider this as traditional. So maybe the woman for the gender situation become equal. Okay, so I'm not sure in Germany how about the gender situation. Yes,
Equal.
equal.
Nowadays it's nearly equal, but women are still getting paid less.
So now women control your country.
A woman
Actually, yeah.
controls our country, yeah, but I guess in general for women it's you will be treated equally, and people trying to make things equal, but I think it's still a process. And
So, for example, when you marry, you follow your husband, or your husband follow you, your idea, or you can
I think
discussion.
it's more on an equal level.
yeah.
It can be, in some families, it can be like the husband follows the wife, but in other families, it's the traditional way that the wife follows the husband.
Because in the traditional Chinese society, the men, they need to do the outside, and the inside depending on women. Okay, but now all the situation will change. The women, they not only do inside work, they need to go to outside to find a job. So the woman becomes stronger. Okay.
But do the men also do the work from the which was
No, I
traditional way?
mean the men become lazy. If you like, all belong to you. Okay. So.
Because in Germany you can also do as a man the work which normally or traditionally does the woman. It's also okay, and I guess society is in these days that far that it's accepted.
Yeah.
So that if a man stays at home, people will not say, oh, look at that man, he stays at home.
Yeah.
They will just say, yeah, it's just a man, he stays at home and takes care for the children, it's okay.
Yeah, I think when the marriage, the family and marriage stays, I think we need to learn how to respect to each other. Need to do more cooperation for the family. Sometimes we just make a joking, okay? So if you love someone, you need to try to do more contribution for your family, okay? So you don't need to care so much. So if the husband can make a good decision, why the wife cannot follow? Or if the wife had a good idea, good decision, why her husband they need to care so much? Okay, so sometimes we don't need to concern or to care about this situation for the gender situation so much. Okay, so we just try to see this is for the life. How to carry your life. You cannot do the crazy things to do the suicide. Actually, this is not so good. So sometimes we need to try to see for the society. I think we need to care for our life. Okay, so you can see in Thailand, most people they don't do suicide. Okay, maybe they have the good religions, good belief. Okay, and in China maybe also they don't like. Okay, but you can see South Korea, Japan, or Taiwan. We also got the higher pressure. Maybe if you cannot relax, it's easy to do the stupid things. Okay. And the other, we also concern about very active caring development. Okay, so actually a lot of things need to step by step try to do some improvement for this situation. So, and finally, so just say the human behavior can be described calculus in the mathematical study. The difference calculus concerns the rate of change and slope the curve, and the integrated calculus concerns the accumulation of the quantity and the area under and between curves. Can you understand? I mean, when I'm not sure, before coming here, did you learn calculus? Okay, the calculus, they can separate the two ways. One way is for differential calculus, and one way is for the integrated calculus. Okay, so actually for our behavior, we cannot have the optimal behavior for the one step. Actually, we need to try to learn step by step, try to do some improvement, and then you can get the more better results. And after that, actually you can accumulation of your result. Okay, so it's for the whole life. Okay, so the former present that people need to try to do some practice and step by step to modify. And then we also can find the optimal rate of change or the best slope of the curve. Okay, and the later present that people accumulate their past process path, okay, or achievement, and get their final result. Okay, so I'm not sure. Actually, we need to live our life. Okay, and you do anything actually all very meaningful, very useful. Okay, so I'm not sure if you got a good result, you are happy. If you got a bad result, I think it's all good experience for our life. Okay, so you don't need to care the result so much. We need to care about the procedures. I think the procedures is better than the result. Can you get this point? Okay, so yeah, so this is for the real life. Okay, so nobody can make the decision where they go. We need to learn the empathy and the sympathy and the concern more human being. Then we can know, understand, have, love each other, and make more contribution for people. It can improve our health and composure, and let us well increase happy to live longer and have a peaceful, timely days. So this is for this paper, okay? So actually, I also try to talk a lot of story about the public finance, okay? But so many things, okay? So, for example, the central government or local government, how to do the cooperation, so how to manage. Sometimes the central government, they need to support the local government. Maybe the central government would prefer provide some subsidies to the local government. And the local government, they are happy or not to receive these subsidies or not. The subsidies maybe have the direct subsidies or indirect subsidies, okay? But actually a lot of ideas are all similar. So one day if you become the leader or become the president in your country, you need to make a good decision. So actually for Taiwanese society, we also got a lot of trouble. For example, our former president, Ma Ying-jeou, he wanted to visit in Hong Kong, but the current president said no. And do you know why? I'm not sure your former leader, when he lost his power, and then the current leader can reject his request, or maybe they got a different opinion. So how to become a good relationship for each other, or how to be a politician. Do you have any idea? Or your society or more peaceful? Okay, so do you have any question? Or you want to try to do more communication for each other? If possible, please ask some question about during these 4 months. Did you find anything special from Taiwan? Or the Taiwanese society, they need to try to do some improvement? I think your idea is more neutrality. Okay? So, if possible, someone can share some experience about during 4 months. Did you find anything? Yes?
There's one thing, I think it has two sides, and it's like people are so patient here and can wait for everything and don't get angry really fast, which is, I think, on the one side really good, because, for example, in Germany, when you drive a car
Yes.
and you're a little slow, people honk at you all the time and like try to get by. And I think in other countries as well, how did that develop? Like people are everywhere, like they wait for scooters go by and then they cross. And
You mean you?
it's quite amazing.
So you are confused the whole traffic rule?
Yeah, it's
Actually, this is a good question.
yeah.
Because the Taiwanese same with the Chinese all the same. Because our thinking is more flexible. I mean, for example, this law, this actually just 2 ways, but sometimes maybe the car have the 3 cars together because they concern it's safety. They can pass, then they just pass, okay? And then when they pass, okay, become two again, okay?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Because this car, he already considered he can safety pass, so he just passed, okay?
And people accept it, no?
Yes.
The 2 cars thing.
Yeah, this is flexible.
Because in Germany we would freak out at it, or if someone like that I would.
Yeah, exactly. So last time I just asked 2 ladies because I got one news saying 2 boys to catch fish, okay, use the 2 boats to do the fishing, okay, but the one boy maybe go to toilet, and just one boy control two boats to do the fishing, and someone say, why only one you can use the 2 boats? And he said, oh no, my friend go to toilet, he will come back later. Okay? And the gentleman also asked the boy, say, did you got any license? The boy said, yes, I have license. And then he continue ask, do you have a ruler? Ruler is right? Do you bring the ruler? And the boy said, yes, I got a ruler. Do you know why? Why you do the fishing, you need to bring the ruler. Because if you catch the baby fish, then you need to return. Because it's too small, okay? And the friend just asked this gentleman, say, you know these 2 boys? He said, no. Because this is social education. Okay? So I think because now Taiwanese society, we got a problem because we only concern schooling education. Actually, the social education is quite low. Nobody care. Okay, so for example, should you follow the traffic light? Should you follow the traffic rule? A lot of social regulation, nobody care. So why the Germany can become #1? Because Germany, their social education is quite stronger. Okay? Although you didn't know each other, but you can comment because you older than them. And you say, okay, why you lost the social education? Okay? You want to catch the fish, you must have the license. You want to catch the bird, you need the license. You don't do anything, you need the license. Is it right? Are you in Germany? So, are you happy? License society in Germany. It's right? Every single license. If you have no license, you got a big trouble. Actually, this is good education. We can call license is a social education. Okay? But in the Asian country, nobody cares. So I just try to see, maybe you come here, you look very strange. But we also have some regulation. But you don't know. Okay? So this is a different society. Another one? Can you get this point? And how about 先到 How about your country? Your country have some regulation or not, or some rule? You know, just enjoy. Nobody care.
I think the rules, people just stick to the rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes, you know, I just try to talk school education, family education. So I'm not sure, are you happy with your family education? For example, when you have a meal together, your family share some experience for each other or not? Yeah. So, have a good experience or not good experience? You can share each other because the parent, they maybe transfer some experience to children. Okay, remind them where is dangerous, where is not dangerous, or how to do more communication for each other. Okay? Yeah. So the good point. Social education. So how to do? So, for example, when you watch the TV in Taiwan, you can look a lot of people always present their idea to do the conversation. I'm not sure. Can you understand? Did you watch the television? Every night you find maybe from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you watch the television. Everybody all present their idea, and they don't need to pay any responsibility. Okay. For example, we don't need a language power because language power is dangerous. We don't like, but we need the power. Who provide the power? They don't like to make. Actually, now in Taiwan we already have the fourth nuclear power company. They already, but we just close. We don't use because we look it's very dangerous. We just worry one day if they broke, everybody will be died. So we don't like to use. So we hate nuclear power, but we love power. How to do? It's crazy, you know. So how to have the power? We need to depend on gas. We need to depend on fire or depending on water. But in Taiwan, it's quite free. So for the economic development, we need to have the nuclear power to provide the industry. Okay, you can look now, the computer, the laptop, a half laptop made in Taiwan. But they need to use a lot of power. No power, no laptop. And all the industry will open. So one day we become leader and how to do, how to manage or how to control this country. So sometimes the people very selfish, okay? They only concern what they want, but they don't like to pay any contribution. But I would like to talk contribution would be equal to benefit. If you want to have benefit but you don't have to pay any contribution, no, this is impossible. Okay, so yeah. Actually, I went to the Germany before, and I like Germany. This country is a great country. Only few people live in a big area, so you can enjoy all the environment. But in Taiwan, very congested because Taiwan area is quite limited. Okay, so it's quite difficult to do more choice. Another question? Yes, please.
I was wondering, because there is so much rubbish here and so much packaging, because everything is packed once or twice or even 3 times, and if you order something you're always getting a bag and sometimes even another bag around the bag, because one bag is of paper and then another bag of plastic, and
yeah. So we encourage people, we need to reuse, recycle.
yeah.
Reuse, recycle.
I'm wondering why this appeared, because I think it's not very handy to have so many bags, because you have then so many rubbish and there are no public trash cans, so
Yeah. So
how could this appear?
Yes, but this situation is not only Taiwan have, Japan the same. Okay, you go to the Japan to buy some candy. Their candy, they are very good, fantastic. The outside to do the some fix or box. Okay, and then they also waste the other resource. So, but I'm not sure in Germany how to do about the rubbish or environment, how to keep recycle or anything.
For example, we just had one huge supermarket chain,
Yeah.
and didn't they just abandon all plastic bags?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, no plastic bags in the shop anymore. You only can get
who
probably
provided this regulation
Yeah,
for people?
prices were-
the company itself.
The company.
The company said we stop,
Yeah.
and then they didn't. They
And
don't.
I think in general we don't have this plastic bag problem in Germany.
Yeah.
We have plastic bags, of course, but we do not have that much plastic bags as here.
Right.
Because, for example, in supermarket, you do all your stuff on the counter, and then they scan it and everything is coming in one bag, and the things itself are not packed. Sometimes not packed with two things around it, or they're just like they are, and then they are all packed in one big plastic bag, and then you go home with that. And if you pack out and you do it in the fridge and where to do it, then you have at least not that huge amount of packaging than you have here, because here also in supermarket the fruits, for example, are packed. Every single fruit is packed in one
Yes.
thing, and in Germany it would be not packed at all, or everything in one package, or
Yes, I completely agree. Okay, so when I go to the supermarket to buy something, I always take the package again, or I just clean again, and then I put a lot of things all together again. So how to save the resource? Actually, I think they need some person to do some promotion or to do some education for people, because I think in Taiwanese society we already do a lot of recycle use. So maybe you just face, for example, you can look our cleaner, clean everything, and then now they can collect all the rubbish together, or choose the different boats. They separate different area, and then they can sell money again.
in
So they,
Germany.
for example, the water boat, okay, when you use over, and then they can get together and correct, go to the industry company, reuse or recycle again.
In Germany, if you buy a bottle like that,
Yeah.
then you have a code on it, and then if you pay like 25 cents more
Yeah.
for the water or whatever's inside,
But I
and
think
if
no.
you go back to the supermarket and
Yeah.
give the bottle back to the supermarket, you get back these 25 cents.
Yes, yeah.
So,
But in Taiwan, most people very rich. They don't care.
yeah,
And
even
actually-
rich people in Germany care.
Yeah, I know. But
Schwäbisch.
but they just waste the resource. Okay,
But
so
maybe poor people can collect.
yes, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. Actually, we need to save this earth. We need to save our environment. Okay, it's not only for money actually. Okay, but now nobody care. Actually, this is a good education. So I'm not sure when you study in your university, who clean the room for you in the university?
We have a cleaning firm who comes and.
How
cleans
about
our-
when you study in the primary school? Who clean the room for you?
I think in all schools there's
Because in
their
Taiwan,
conference, yeah.
in Taiwan, when we study in the primary school, junior high school, senior high school, every student they got a higher responsibility. They need to clean their environment.
It's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
So in your country the same? No. So you just lazy and someone clean for you. Yeah. But why we study in the primary school and the junior high school and the senior high school, we have a good behavior, but when they enter the university, they don't do anything. They just come here to do consumption, enjoy everything. Then they don't do anything. So the young person become lazy. They lose their responsibility. Okay? So I don't know actually. And then we need to pay a lot of money for a cleaner to clean everything. Maybe they can create a lot of opportunity of the job, but actually this is not good education. So I'm not sure. But another way, I'm not sure, or maybe I make a joking with you again. Before coming here in Germany, I think in the class you cannot eat anything. But in Taiwan, the people become flexible. The Taiwanese students go to the Germany, go to the UK, they don't eat anything. Taiwan, just enjoy. So when you come to Taiwan, also enjoy. But when you go back, you need to change your behavior again. Yes?
I think it really depends on what university you are
Yeah.
and on the professor or your teacher, because in Germany there are classes where you can eat and drink and no one cares and everything is fine.
Really?
And then there are classes where if you eat or drink, the professor will get very angry and you should really not do it. So I think it always depends
Yeah?
on the atmosphere which is in the class, yeah.
So which style you like? Which style you like? You like to eat or you don't like to eat? Or you need to have some regulation?
Some regulation is good.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe everybody you will become adults, and maybe after 2 or 5 years, then you become teacher again. You need to consider how to provide a good idea for your teaching. Okay? It's easy. Now you stay, you pray a student, okay? But maybe after 5 years, you come here, or you got a higher degree, and then you do the teaching job again. And it's easily for teaching at the university or teaching at the primary school. Can you imagine? One day, if you have some opportunity to do the teaching at the university or at the primary school or at the senior high school, which school do you like? And for what? If you go to the kindergarten school, okay, a small baby or sometimes very noisy, they cannot understand anything, okay? And you also can find some student is able or some disabled, okay? If the student disabled, you talk anything, they cannot understand. And maybe you will be very angry. And then you will become crazy. And how to do the good job. Okay? So sometimes I would like to talk, easily to talk, but difficult to do. Okay? So we need to have the higher attention or patterns of providing your love for your teaching. Okay? So any comment? So if we're not, would you mind we just stop here, okay? And I hope everybody you have a good future. And only maybe 2 or 3 students, you need to try to improve your paper again. Okay, and yeah, so I'm so happy, and I hope when you go back, please do more promotion and talk to them. Please come to Taiwan, come to the Providence University again. Okay? Okay, so thank you.